The video starts. Text reads Deaf History Month. A timeline starts. The American School for the Deaf in West Hartford, Connecticut becomes the first public school for the deaf April 15, 1817. Abraham Lincoln signs a charter to establish a college for the deaf. It becomes Gallaudet University, April 8, 1864. I. King Jordan became the first deaf president of Gallaudet University, 1988. What does deaf history mean to you? Text reads, the video will now show different answers.
For me, deaf history is really important because it makes me feel like I can succeed and have an impact in the future. We can change and improve our deaf culture and history.
The second student appears.
For me, deaf culture gives us the opportunity to educate hearing people about deaf world and the deaf culture. That's important.
Why is deaf history important? Text reads, different students will also answer this question.
Deaf history is important to me because in my experience, when I attended a hearing public school, it was really hard to communicate with others. I had limited resources, not enough interpreters. It was really hard to navigate my education. Then I transferred to a school for the deaf. And at the school for the deaf, it was such a different experience. I was able to communicate openly in ASL, and I could understand everyone, my teachers, other students, my peers. I finally understood. It was so inspiring. 1965 is when deaf culture was recognized as a value system. The deaf community communicates in American Sign Language, and part of the deaf experience, as a deaf individual, if I didn't have deaf history, I would not be able to find my identity.
Another student will answer.
Deaf history is important because, as we know, hearing parents struggle to communicate with their deaf child. So by learning ASL, it can be easier to communicate with deaf children.
Video cuts to another student.
Deaf culture is important because we have to keep it going. Because if deaf people don't talk about it, it will cease to exist.
How would you like to see deaf history in today's society? The handicap of deafness is not in the ear, it is in the mind. Marley Matlin text reads.
I would like to have more access in public spaces like movies with open captions, public transportation, at schools and hospitals to live without barriers.
How I hope to be part of deaf history, text reads.
Someday I hope to become a leader in different deaf organizations and community events. I want to make an impact on our future because I know the children that look up to me, we know we are the future.
I want to become a game designer. And I'm hopeful that in the future, young kids will look up to me and say, wow, he can be in that field, and maybe they'll be curious and interested in joining that too. And become a deaf game designer as well. Deaf History Month!
Deaf History Month. Cut to the ASDB logo, powered by ASDB Media. Copyright 2023. Text reads, the end.